Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. Today we'll be continuing our mod highlight series, and this one's a rather exciting one. You see, it's not only a mod but a submod too. There was a very popular mod known as Whysofurious' Additional Lords and Heroes. That has not been updated since May of this year. An unfortunate circumstance, but these things happen. It's unknown if the modder himself wishes to return to it or not. However, someone took it upon themselves to make a submod in regards to this, so it is now playable once again. I do appreciate it when modders do submods for other mods, yes, modception here, in an effort to make them playable once again after they've been either abandoned or put on hold. So what does this mod do? Well, it introduces a bunch of characters to the vampire counts, more specifically for various different factions. Most of these characters are actually big names within the vampire count lore, so now we'll be able to check them out and play as them in a fan-made mod. We'll be jumping to specifics regarding each character in this video, as there's really not much in terms of mechanics in ways to unlock them, so with that being said, let's not waste any more time and jump right in. Our first character is Genevieve, a rogue Lemmian vampire, which is recruited by Karl Franz's forces in the Empire as soon as you begin your campaign. Warhammer Fantasy fans will remember her from the Drakenfell series, a rather popular vampire who was known to work alongside the humans in an effort to fight against the forces of chaos. Stat-wise, she's fairly powerful for a Lemmian vampire, and she has a bunch of different skills which are completely unique to her, including some spells and, interestingly enough, a skill which also increases public order to your local province, which is strange to me as she is also Lemmian, and one of her Lemmian specific skills reduces public order in your local province. Take advantage of her decent stats and have her fighting in the front line whilst also casting spells from the Lore of Shadow. The second character we're going to be checking out is Zacharias the Ever-Living. Zacharias is a legendary lord only available for the Necrarch Brotherhood, so obviously you will need a faction unlocker to be able to use this character. Again, another famous character from the older days of Warhammer Fantasy battles, who's been implemented rather well. His stats seem to be fairly powerful, and it looks like every single character from this mod seems to be implemented very generically in terms of stats. That being said, Zacharias has a multitude of different spells from various different lores of magic, and benefits from his own unique zombie dragon and a large amount of unique items. All these items will focus around the character's ability with spellcasting, and while Zacharias is very potent on the battlefield due to his ability in spellcasting, this will make him even more of a threat. The character is available straight from turn 1, so you're able to start doing as much damage as you can possibly like. The next character to showcase is the Black Serpent, the Duke of Mousillon, and yes, the true Duke of Mousillon. This character is only available when playing as Mousillon, so once again you will require a faction unlocker, but the benefit of this too is that it's completely compatible with Mixu's Mousillon mod. So you are perfectly able to use both the Black Serpent and the Red Duke. Unlocking the character is simple enough. As soon as you begin your second turn, a mission will be issued to capture the capital of Lyonesse. That's literally all you need to do. As soon as you have done so, the character will be available in your recruitment pool. Again, average stats, which can be rather frustrating, but interestingly enough, the grand majority of all the skills uniquely added to this character seem to focus on his respective armies and areas rather than himself. Skills revolve around the reduction of upkeep, increased weapon strength, and so on. Don't get me wrong, the skills themselves are fairly good, but to me this character was always more a fighter more than just a guy who buffs up stuff. It's just a very weird way to implement him. There is also a rather interesting, and I'd probably say fairly broken, skill which gives your whole army terror. Yeah, It's only against Bretonnia, but it's still a bit overpowered. Next we have Dieter Helschnitt, which is available only to the Vampire Count faction, and by that I mean Manfred von Carstein's specific faction. You will be able to get access to this character at the beginning of turn 16, where a pop-up will show up which will give you the choice to either put him in your recruitment pool so you may recruit him when you so wish, or recruit him right away. He will spawn in the northern reaches of the Empire if you choose to recruit him right there and then. He spawns with a rather small army, so do be warned, especially when playing in harder difficulties. The character itself could get sniped out and you've wasted a lot of money for nothing. That being said, stat-wise, Dieter actually is varied to the other characters, where low armor comes into effect and so on. This is what you can more or less expect from a typical spellcaster lord anyway. He's got access to a multitude of spells, from mostly the lore of dark magic and the lore of vampires. He has his own unique manticore mount and a decent amount of unique items. They're mostly focused around buffing up his spellcasting, barring the Chaos Sword of course, but don't make this character go up in the front. You do not want this squishy low armored character to be in your front line. And lastly we have my own personal favourite vampire count, Conrad von Carstein. I must admit, when trying to recruit this lord, I instantly went for Averland, as you need to construct the mausoleum of the Mad Count, and for some reason I thought that was in Averland and not Castle Drakenhof. The character itself suffers from the generic stat line. It's a bit annoying. But then again, he does reduce the upkeep for Graveguard and Black Knights by 30%, which is phenomenal. Conrad has always been described as the mad dog of the von Carstein family, so he's not really able to cast many spells, barring Evocation of Nehek. But you do get benefits from your skills where you're able to reduce the upkeep of your necromancers, so at least you can benefit from the lore of vampires in your army. The character is nothing too spectacular, but he is a fan favourite, and it's most likely that people would want to play as him regardless. There are a few things to note when in regards to this mod. The mod itself is incredibly old, by the standard of the workshop items at least, having been originally released in 2017, round about the end of the year. It has been updated every now and then, considering its update was May 2020. The characters themselves are big fan favourites, but obviously there's a bit of lack here. Barring Zacharias, the rest of the models look, well, not great, and the stats for most cases are, well, lacking too. However, it's not like you can't have fun with the mod, and it gives you incentive to try out different little factions, or maybe even revisit ones that you've already played. It would be great to see this model updated officially in the future, maybe with some more unique models and changes to stat lines, but barring that, it is a pretty good Vampire Count mod. So I do recommend it for Vampire Count fans if they want to have a different few things happen in their campaigns. So if you're interested in trying out the mod itself can be found in the description below. And as always, if you know of any mods that you might want to see recommended on the channel, maybe to shine some light on some of your favorite modders, you can always recommend a mod in the comment section down below, or you can join the Great Book of Grudges official Discord, which can be found in the description, and recommend a mod in our request section, as it's much easier to get in contact with me over there. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.